Because a lot of people trade but never pay themselves, right? So you always want to make sure that you pay yourself. Investing is the key thing. The whole point of trading is profit, to be able to pay yourself, to pay for your lifestyle. But you have to get out of that mindset like I have to always reinvest. No, become profitable first, then reinvest. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Charles Slay here, and today we're going to be talking about 3 mistakes most Forex traders make on a daily basis when they have honestly no idea what to do with their lives. So let's go with number 1, right? Risk management. Risk management is one of the most essential things when it comes to trading. If you have no risk management, then you're not going by the number 1 rule, which is preserving your capital first, right? You want to be able to preserve your capital so you can live to trade another day. If you're not living to trade another day, then you're pretty much just gambling when it comes to trading. So I want you guys to really understand that you want to prioritize risk management over anything and everything that you do. All right, so the key thing when it comes to risk management, right, is going by certain rules, which is what I like to call the 1% rule, which means that every trade that I take, I only risk 1% of my capital. The key thing when it comes to 1% of your capital, or the key thing in using this 1% rule method, is you don't go by emotions, you go by logic, right? So a lot of people when they trade, they say, oh, I know this trade is going in this direction. Let me go ahead and put 3% or 10% capital or risk to my account. And then they'll trade another way. And then if they don't feel as confident, then they'll put 3% risk on their account. But what you should be doing is putting 1% only, no matter what, or sticking to a risk percentage that is stable and consistent instead of switching when it comes to emotion. So I want you guys to really understand that you want to go by a certain rule when it comes to risk management, and always go by the number 1 rule, which is preserving your capital first. Mistake number 2 is mindset. Now, I was talking about this on a live earlier today, and I was really talking about the beautiful day in paradise proverb that I kind of just put out there for no reason, right? So what this kind of meant was you don't want to look at your day in a negative way, right? So a lot of people look at their day in a way of lack of, or sacrifice, or I need this, or I can't have this. Instead, what I usually say is money comes to me effortlessly and abundantly. These are some of the affirmations that I usually say every single day, 3 times a day, to make sure that I stay in the headspace of 1, peace, and 2, making sure that I stay in the headspace of positivity instead of negativity, right? So I have like a couple other proverbs or a couple other affirmations that I use every single day, which is being a billionaire is my birthright, right? That's one that I got from a certain class years ago, that they said, I need you to put whatever number that you want and put is your birthright. Now, I always say to other people when they say, oh, well, you know, I'm not making enough money, I'm broke, I'm struggling, whatever the case may be, I'm poor. What I always love to say is your account just hasn't reflected how much you're worth yet, right? So for me, even to this day, the reason why I work so hard is my account still hasn't reflected how much I'm worth. And I always love to say that because a lot of people think of it as, it really just changes your mindset on how you view money. Right, so really when I put being a billionaire is my birthright, it really tells my brain that the amount of money that's in my bank account right now is still not worth how much, or still isn't pretty much fair how much I'm worth, right? So like, it just goes back to, you know, really thinking about how much you're worth, how much, you know, you feel that you're worth to other people as well, because you want to start internally before you start externally. And no matter what, being a billionaire is always in my account, right? For me, always going to be my birthright. So the next affirmation that I always have is fall in love with the process, right? So falling in love with the process is key, because a lot of people think that results is going to happen overnight. And it's not going to do that. There's no way it's going to happen. It took me 4 or 5 years just to get to the place that I'm at right now. So I want you guys to really understand that you have to take every single step. And sometimes the steps that you take is not going to always have an immediate result, right? So a lot of people do things to get a result out of it, right? And some of the steps and some of the processes that you're going to make is just not going to have an immediate result. Some of these results are going to be more long term, and you have to be able to accept that, which is why you have to fall in love with the process in order for you to understand that, okay, it's not going to happen now, but it's definitely going to happen later, right? So that's another affirmation that I say to myself all the time. Another affirmation that I use, right, is it has to work, or it has to work. This kind of goes back to work ethic, action, using like that that you always want to have mindset affirmations, but you also want to have action affirmations as well, right? So for me, when it comes to it has to work or it has to work, this affirmation really breaks down the work that I need to do, the actions that I need to take every single day in order to get to my goal, right? It kind of falls in line with falling in love with the process. But even though you fall in love with the process, you still have to put the work in, right? So it has to work or it has to work is really like a, no matter what I do, doesn't matter what's going on, if I'm broke tomorrow, I'm gonna figure out a way, right? So it's like that, it has to work or it has to work. Affirmation is really such a huge thing in my life where it really takes the steps and it really reaffirms the reason why I'm doing a lot of the things that I'm doing. So yeah, hopefully this mindset part makes sense. This mindset tip makes sense because you have to change your mindset in order for you to really take yourself to the next level. Mistake number 3 is using your own money, right? A lot of people, when they first get into the game, they use their own money that they work, you know, whatever 9-to-5 job that they're using or leveraging, right? To pay their own bills. They'll use that bill money and put it into their trading account, which is not the smartest thing to do. You want to leverage other people's money to invest in anything. You don't want to leverage or use your money or your earned income in order to create other forms of income, right? So what I always suggest is literally leveraging your credit, getting your credit together. From the credit, you then get funding, right? So you have to have a certain criteria in order to get certain credits and everything situated. But you use that, right? Get your credit together, no derogatory 680 credit score minimum, and then you'll be able to get $25,000 to $50,000 worth of funding. You use half of that or a portion of that, right? Put that into your trading account, and then whatever profits that you make from that trading account, you obviously pay off your credit cards, but you also are now leveraging other people's money, banks' money, in order to actually create wealth and creating passive income, right? So my sweet spot when it comes to trading is always making 15% every single month, right? So if I'm having $20,000 in my trading account right now, then I'm making around $3,000 every single month passively, right? Probably 1,000 of that is going towards my my credit cards or any funding that I've received, but 2,000 of that is passive, and I can reinvest that back into my trading account, which will allow me to compound my account to then create wealth, right? Another thing is you always want to take profit. So even if you make that $2,000 with a profit, you want to put some of that into your pocket, right? So you want to profit first and then pay off the expenses, right? You don't want to just pay off the expenses and then not pay anything first. So for example, if I made $3,000, I'm paying myself $500. I'm putting let's say the other $500 into credit cards, and then it's leaving me with $2,000 left to reinvest into my trading account, right? So that's kind of like the rule that I always like to go by, so I can at least know that I'm making profit. And it helps mindset wise, because a lot of people trade but never pay themselves, right? So you always want to make sure that you pay yourself. Investing is the key thing. The whole point of trading is profit, to be able to pay yourself, to pay for your lifestyle. But you have to get out of that mindset like I have to always reinvest. No, become profitable first, then reinvest, right? So that's really the key thing. So hopefully these 3 tips kind of make sense, because these 3 tips is essential for you to be able to take yourself to the next level. You don't want to make these mistakes that most people make. So like I said, man, it's amazing because when I chose to get rid of those mistakes and form positive habits, right? I would have never known 10 months later, because it's now been 10 months. June, I was working as a server of last year. 10 months later, I'd be in Dubai working my own business, literally changing and impacting hundreds of people's lives every single day. So I want you guys to really understand that it's essential for you to get out of the mindset that you're in, that scarcity mindset, and focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. 1% every single day is all you need. So hopefully this makes sense to you guys. Your boy is out. I appreciate you guys. I'm about to go ahead and enjoy Dubai. Peace. Hey fam, it's Charsley here. Hopefully you guys are getting a lot of knowledge, and if you guys are getting value, make sure you click the like, comment, and subscribe button, and definitely hit the bell to get notified, because I want to make sure I drop exclusive updates every single day. And if you guys have any questions, definitely put them in the comments below and hashtag HeySlayer, and I'll most definitely get to them when I can. If you want to join my exclusive community where you get updates before anybody else does, quotes and etc., definitely text the word socials to 201-490-3822. Family, I want to see you win. Peace out.